Hey everybody, back with another video. Have my pole position bench set up, worked out. Actually, this board set, I don't think this was my original board set, but I had to rework the edge connector, and it's jacked up. I mean, these, if you can see that, those are coming up. I'm gonna have to Bob Roberts this thing, because I did my rework, and when you can't fold over the fingers, it really is kind of tough, in my opinion, to kind of make these last. So I'm gonna have to do the Bob Roberts thing on that. But the nice thing about pole position is you don't actually need an edge connector. Really, you just need 5 volts. I got my 5 volts wired up to both my graphics board as well as my main CPU board, and I have my interconnect. And we'll just turn this on and see what it's doing. We get a flashing RAM 6 on the screen. And if I come to, I think, pin 26, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we got CPU's resetting. That's probably why you see that flashing like that. And I've watched some videos. I can't remember. I read some stuff on Claw actually, or maybe it was Ian's pole position video. I can't remember. But RAM 6, I don't even think it's like doing its boot process. Like it's either not enabling these ROMs, or it's not getting to this RAM. These two, one of these is RAM 6 and RAM 7, and then RAM 8 is the 6116 somewhere. Where the heck is that thing? Is that it? Maybe. I can't remember. No, I think that's the NVRAM. Yeah, the 6116. Yeah, okay. So anyway, it could be, it's somewhere here. I don't even think it's executing code. And if I press on this, I can actually get it to kind of do something weird sometimes. But anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull these ROMs and check them. This one doesn't have the window covered, so I figured I would just check it real quick. And you know, the acid damage is not super bad, but it is at the legs of this 82S153, which is key. But I think typically that ROM 6 error is caused by like a trace being screwed up or something else in the boot process. It's not really RAM 6, it's probably just not even booting. So let me read these and see what they read. Okay, I tested these two ROMs here at 7E7F. They both tested fine. Powered on. Still got a RAM 06. And now check this out. If I press on the board right here, I don't know if I'm bridging something. No, it's low. I don't know. I don't think that's right. I think that's something whacked out there. I think I need to go ahead and try to fix that area and clean it up. Alright, let's see if I can actually show this. So I've just been probing around trying to figure it out, and this right here, this little pad and this line, it goes to the ripple carryout of this 161 at 6A, so pin 15. And that is also pulled to 5 volts as well. And then that goes to, let's see here, right there. So I'll just bring it back a little bit. Alright, and we're going to go from pin 15 to right there. And we have nothing. And that goes to 8L. At least I thought it did. No, that's 8K. 8L's up here. right there, 8L pin 9. So if I look at the schematic, and this is on the sound microprocessor, part of the boot. Here's that 161 at 6A, the ripple carryout gets pulled to 5 volts, comes down to 8L, which we know that line is broken. There's an inverter and then a Zener diode, I guess, that has something to do with the reset circuit. So I think this might be at least part of our problem. So I'm going to do a jumper real quick, and then let's fire it up and see what's going on. I have a jumper on 8L pin 9, pin 15 of 6A. Let's fire this thing up. Oh, looks something different. But obviously not good. But it's definitely something different. Let me get my logic probe and see if it's still doing something somewhat different. It's almost like you can see it trying to boot up or something. So there's still probably something else going on down there. But that's definitely different behavior. And if I touch like where I was touching before, obviously it's not changing at all. So I must have been just like bridging with my finger, you know, that trace or something. Alright, let me get my logic probe. Well, it just all of a sudden went back to that RAM 6 error. So maybe something else is going on, but that seemed like it did something, but now it's back to the RAM 6 and just resetting its flashing. So back to the drawing board to figure out what's going on. Alright, real quick, and I think it's safe to do this, but I grounded pin 13 of 8L, grounded that it gets inverted to the reset line. So our reset should be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, our reset's high now, but nothing's going on with the game, so something is not getting enabled. You know, maybe the ROM enabled or something. I don't know. I might just go ahead and put my FPGA Catbox on it and try to read some memory and stuff, but something is not working right, obviously. Just sitting there, frozen. Let me see if I can reset it real quick. Do a manual reset here. Nope. Now it's resetting. See, it looks like it's trying to do something now. Nope, it's resetting. Yeah, that screen flashing like that, it's probably resetting, so. Board's not happy. Alright, if you can see this, I have it hooked up to my FPGA Catbox. And got a good 3 megahertz clock. I measured it with my scope as well. Start my ROM test. Alright, and if you see that right there, it's obviously not verifying correctly, but just watch. If I'm able to read it and write to, if I'm able to read to the ROM consistently, I should get the same checksum every time. So if I start the ROM again, see how it's different every time? Something's going on. Same thing with the RAM. Start the RAM test. Everything's failing. I'm failing to the 7E. Doesn't really tell me where the locations are. I guess that's 7H, but whatever. All of them are failing. So that, I don't know. I think something's going on with that PAL chip that's over here on this side. Because if you look at the schematic, I mean, everything comes through that PAL. Like the what is pin 20 here? Like let's see, pin 20. Yeah, that's the chip enable, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's the chip enable for those ROMs. And that's coming from the PAL. Now, I could do signature analysis just to make sure the address bus is getting there, but I don't think that there was no damage there or anything, so I don't think that's the problem. I guess making sure the address bus well, yeah, I guess we could do signature analysis and just make sure that A12, A13, A14, and A15 are all getting to that PAL chip. But I could just ohm that out. I mean, nah, I don't need to do signature analysis on that. It'd be nice if you could do signature analysis on this PAL. I wonder if you can. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna think about this. Alright, I wanted to check that PAL chip, so I came here, I loaded up my board, my working board, I recorded the signatures. They were stable signatures on all the outputs of the PAL, which are right here. All of these outputs, pin 12, pin 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, all of those had stable signatures. So then I was going to come here, go to pin 12, that's 11, 12. Let's see here, you see 4P0A, that's correct. And then pin 13 should be 16OU. And let's see what I get here. Most. And I get 160P instead of 160U. But everything else is okay. Like if I come to pin 19, pin 19, A3UH. Come to a different pin, I don't know what that is, but pin 17, CA1111. So it says known signature. So anyway, is the PAL wrong? Just because it's off by just a little bit on 160U, 160P. I don't know if that means the PAL's bad or not, but it's my best guess right now, so I'm going to change it. By the way, pin 13 is actually the chip enable for the ROMs. So I'm hoping I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull that PAL or B prom or whatever it is. All right, so I pulled out 7C, which is a, let's see what it is. Show you here. Right there, 82S153, and there are people, I think JAMA Arcade or something like that, people have programmed that into a PAL or GAL chip, so we can replace it with a GAL, but you can also replace it with an LS150, I don't know, 82-153, something else, I don't know, but anyway, you can see that I think one through hole came out, maybe this one and that one, or this one's a little bit damaged right there, and this one's definitely the through hole part, but there's no trace on the top, so it's just on the bottom, so that's not a big deal. Otherwise the rest of them look pretty decent. I also pulled out this right here, and I don't know if it was me pulling out if it was me pulling it out, or if it was already it had some corrosion. So this is the bus request, this start stop, and that's supposed to go to 1, 2, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and you can see it's supposed to get pulled high by this resistor, and it is not there. So I need to make sure when I solder that back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought there was a little bit of connectivity somewhere. I gotta make sure that's high. And I don't know exactly if I should put a little... Yeah, I probably will fix that just so it bridges it in there. So that's another thing. So either the GAL or maybe that pin 25 was not being pulled high. It's supposed to be getting pulled high through that resistor right here. So another thing that's damaged. So we got a couple things going on there. I programmed a GAL, did the socket, fixed the trace there for the bus request. Still have my jumper in there for the ripple carryout. Is everything plugged in? This is the last thing I'm doing before I go to bed, so let's see. Nothing's on the screen because I don't have this hooked up. Be right back. Let's try this again. Okay, that's better. We got RAM 8, so that's definitely different. RAM 8. I have to look that up. Is it one of these things right here? Oh boy. But that's definitely better. Alright, I put the original PAL back in there. I mean, or the 82S153, the bipolar prom. And I get that RAM 6 error. So the GAL is definitely making it so we can get past that. So that's, excuse me, that's good. But now we're stuck at RAM 8. I tried a different 6116. RAM 8 is the 7E, and that's not working, so but have to come back tomorrow. Alright, it's the next day, looking at RAM 8 error, which is the 6116. I looked on KLOV and saw a hint about checking the chip select. This CMOS RAM chip select should be low, and that comes from the battery area right here. So, and this is the part that's usually damaged by the corrosion and stuff. So RAM CS there, as well as RAM chip select 1. So there's RAM chip select and RAM chip select 1, and both of those come off of this transistor here. It's a 2N3904. There's R87, which is a 1K, but let's go ahead and power it on. We got our RAM 8. Will come to pin 18 of our 6116, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and it's high. If I look at my voltage, yeah, we're getting 4.39 volts right there. So that's not good. If I come to, I don't know, the emitter, I think that's the emitter. I believe all of them are basically high off of this 3904. So something is not working correctly here. Now I might be able to just ground these. I don't know if that's a good idea. Just ground these temporarily to see if the game boots. I mean, I might try it. I don't know what harm it's going to do, but I might try that. Let me see. Okay, so I did the little Bob Roberts. I know it looks ugly, but it's done, and it, you know, better than what it was. It was going to tear up and stuff the way I had it. So replaced the edge connector. Also cleaned up this area, fixed that trace that I was jumping from the ripple carryout. So that should be okay. And just cleaned it up. I replaced this Zener diode right here. I think it's CR6. Now I replaced it with I think it's called for a 3.3 volt Zener 1 watt, but there's a pole position service notice or whatever that says you can replace this if you're having trouble saving high scores. Replace it with a 3.9 half watt Zener. So I didn't have a 3.9, so I know a half watt is probably fine. So I just went with a 3.3 half watt. But you should be. I did have a 3.6, but anyway. So I'm sure 3.3, 3.6, or even 3.9 is fine. I didn't have any 3.9. So everything's plugged in, I think. Let's see if we fixed anything. No. RAM 8. But at least I'm getting the RAM 8 still, so damn. Let me turn this on. I did check this resist. Is that high? Yeah, that's still damn high. Why is that high? So maybe one of these is bad, or maybe that NPN is bad. But these definitely should be low, I think, to enable those to be low. So something is still not working right. That's 5 volts there. 2.5 volts there. So on that side of the Zener, it's 5, and then 2.15 volts. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I know that's important because if you don't power this up right, this will not turn on. And if this doesn't turn on, the Z80 won't run. Something like that. I'm gonna have to probe around some more. Oh, no, that's my working board. So I wanted to come in here and kind of verify what the behavior was of this transistor here at Q2 right there. And as you can see, alright, so it's at 4.3 volts, as you can see there. And I am going to power cycle it, if I can do this. And then we're going to power it back on and watch what happens. There you go, you see that? So now I'm going to put my board on and see if it does the same thing. So this one's working obviously, and that transistor pulses low several times, I guess, to get the RAM 8 to enable. So let me put my board on and see what it looks like. Alright, I got my board on. We're going to power it off. And I'm just trust me, I'm measuring the same thing. Goes to 4.3 volts and never does anything else. So yeah, something's still not right in that circuit. So I was messing around. I replaced, the switching diode here. I went ahead and put a different Zener in there. I replaced the two N3904s. Still didn't work. And then I just noticed something. My damn Z80 pin 22, which is the bus request or something, is out. I don't... Look, if you can see that. Look at that. Dumbass. Alright, let me see if that here we go. Oh, something's happening. Oh, we're still screwed. I think. But that's better. That was definitely the problem, getting past pin 8. Interesting. And so yeah, we got some other problems. It's trying to boot, but we don't know exactly what's the problem now. If I hold in my test, no. Alright, so let me come back. I might have to hook up the FPGA Catbox again. What an idiot. I mean, I'm glad I did that because I really needed to work on that and everything, but it took me, I was screwing with this and for a couple hours probably at least, so. It booted up eventually and it flashed a RAM 31 error, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, it flashed RAM 31. Okay, so I have the FPGA Catbox on. Let's go ahead, and I loaded pole position ROMs. Here, I'll just do it from the beginning. Load config, Atari, pole position. Where is it at? Right there. Open, and boards on. Got our 3 megahertz clock, etc. We'll go to our ROMs. Start ROM test. Those are good. Go to our RAM. Everything's good there. And then I did, I don't know if I mentioned this. Yeah, I did, I think, right? Let's clear our signatures. Load. I created a signature for that bipolar prom or gal or pal. And so we'll just test it real quick. So I created this little file here off of the good working board, and I just love this feature.
Pin 13.
Isn't that nice? So tell me, go to pin 13.
Pin 15.
Oh, I screwed up, didn't I? What's going on here? Oh, let me pause. I messed up my order. Alright, I don't know what happened, but I had to edit it so I could put pin 14 in there. So let's do it again.
Pin 13. Pin 14. Pin 15.
I'm just probing the pins.
Pin 16. Pin 17. Pin 18. Pin 19. Test complete.
So yeah, so that works on the signature analysis. So unfortunately, I think that's going to be it for this video here. So it was ROM 6. It ended up being the gal pretty early on. I did end up fixing some stuff and, fix some trace repairs. I don't know if that was part of the problem or not. And now we're booting to garbage. So I'm thinking it could be some other program ROMs. It could be the Z80s. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely reading this RAM. It's able to read these RAM here, I'm pretty sure. It's able to read the program ROMs. So there's nothing wrong on the Z80 side. So it has to be, and I know the graphics board works because I tested it with a known good board, CPU board. So anyway, next video, I guess we'll come back and I might take out all these chips and then maybe test them in my working board and clean the board, clean the chips, look at sockets and stuff, but something else is going on. It could be timing related. I don't know. I don't know where to go from here, basically. So that's it for this video. Part 2 okay, next. So I can't leave good enough alone. So I was watching Classic Arcade Repair, Arcade Doc Sean channel, and he was just talking about these Z80s and whatever and all the customs and stuff, and I'm like, well, I have a working board, why? And I have like 3 or 4 different pole position boards to fix, and I'm like, I might as well just verify certain chips are good, like customs and ROMs and crap like that. So I took my 2 good Z80s. Actually, first I swapped the Z80s that I had, the Z8002s. I swapped them around and the behavior was different, and so I was like, that seems odd if I'm swapping them and I'm getting slightly different behavior, like it wasn't even booting as much. So I figured I'd put in my known working Z8002s, power it up. Oh shit, RAM 31? That's weird. Alright, there we go. RAM 31, that's on the graphics board here, and there is a slight little graphics glitch you can see right there in the cars. I don't know if that's RAM 31 or not, but the game's running. So those Z8000s are Z8002s are bad, which sucks, but I have a working CPU board. And I might actually try it out in my cabinet because I don't know if the sounds work. Yeah, let me do that. I hooked up my edge connector so I have test and at least some sound. So if I press my test, I'm getting some weird random RAM, 31 and sometimes I think 49. 31 and 49. And then, but that's on the graphics board. And then it'll boot. I don't know if that acceleration thing is normal or not, but that's alright. Let's go ahead and coin up. And so I do have at least 2 channels of sound, I think. But we'll have to put it in the cabinet. So I'm not going to do a video on the video board yet. I'll come back and do that as part of a different video. I'm going to put this board in my cabinet and see and test it. Alright, so I got this board. The CPU board I was just working on is in my cabinet with my good graphics board. So let's hit the test real quick. Where's it at? If I can find it with the lights out. There we go. Hopefully that stops. Okay. See, RAM okay, ROM okay. So I know there's a problem with the RAM or reading the RAM or something going on at the bench probably or something with the graphics board. And then if I just want to go through the sounds real quick.
Prepare to qualify. Press Y when you qualify for roll.
Okay, so that works. Now let's play a game. If I can find the switch. There we go. And hopefully this is a little bit better. I don't know, is that angle somewhat okay? Hopefully it's not too loud. Oh, I'm in kilometers per hour, so that's going to throw me off. It looks like the timing, I need to check my dip switches on and make sure I have them set correctly. Alright, let's see how good we get here. Yeah, the kilometers per hour throws me off on the shift. I gotta go by sound. Oh my God. Three, two. Barely got it. Oh, there we go. I finished the whole race. See, compared to my last video, I can actually... Still, it wasn't that good. I did a lot of things bad, but whatever. I finished the race, which counts. And I don't even know what the dip switches are set to, so... Oh yeah, and I can't save high score because I don't have an NV RAM on this board, but... Anyways, thanks Sean at Classic Arcade Repair. I always end up watching. Whoops. Well, maybe I'll put in whatever. Anyway, that's it, guys. Pole position CPU board. Looks like it's fixed. I need to order some Z8002s, and this one will be fully repaired. Cheers.